We'll start off with the Houston Texans game going up against the Cleveland Browns, Andrew. A 45-14 win over the Browns. The Texans just dominating, and Joe Flacco fever is now over.
Yeah, about time I wasn't on board the Joe Flacco train for that. A bit of a Disney story's come to an end finally, and the rightful better team and quarterback has got the victory in this game, I believe. So, roll on the Texans. I mean, I think they're a very nice team for people. If you haven't got someone in the race anymore, they're someone to really get behind and really push and support because they're a very likable team, aren't they?
Very likable indeed. Sky, we heard the chant MVP for CJ Stroud. It's something me and you were definitely on the bandwagon for a few weeks ago. He was just remarkable, right? I mean, debut into the playoffs, really pushed the needle and moved the ball for the Texans.
Yeah, loved the way he played and really rose to the occasion because we've seen, I know we'll come on to a few years later, so-called veterans who crumbled under the pressure. So to see him thrive, especially against a Browns defense that I think people, including myself, have talked up all year. He just sort of dismantled them. Obviously, we know the Texans defense stepped up as well, but that's what you need to do, right? Take the pressure off of your young quarterback. And was really happy for him and D'Amico Ryans as well for them to get that victory at home.
Adam, the number one defense in all of the NFL, the Browns, a superb defense all season. Some great players on that defense as well. Myles Garrett, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Denzel Ward. Couldn't halt the 45 points for a pulp against them. How does this make them look today?
Yeah, they crumbled, didn't they? They really struggled to stop CJ Stroud, and it makes them look pretty poor, to be honest, if you can't deal with that. But there was a lot of defenses this weekend that were meant to be good but didn't do very well. So that seems to be a common thing. Maybe defense doesn't win championships after all.
Well, I feel like you may be having a slight dig at a certain team potentially.
Wouldn't say anything.
Johnny, Flacco on the day, Flacco fever was running wild. And I mean, his stat line was pretty incredible. 34 for 46, 307 yards, a touchdown, but then 2 picks. Did you think everyone got sort of caught in the emotion of how well Flacco was doing for the Browns? Do you think he has solidified a place in this squad for next year?
Well, I hope it's not the last time we see Joe Flacco in an NFL uniform, but I think it probably will be. It was a great story, as Andrew said, but it's come to an end now. And I think, Sunday's game, the back-to-back picks, yes, he started brilliantly, but unfortunately he's not been in the NFL or, as a starter for some time. And yeah, I think the Browns just have to ride out and hope that Deshaun Watson comes back stronger because, the quarterback position is their main weakness. And that showed on Sunday night.
We'll go ahead and look towards the game again that the Texans will be playing in the next stage in the divisional round against the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, the Ravens got the first round bye. Texans with the 4 seed winning their division. That is on Saturday at 9:30. I'll go to Sky to begin with on this. It's going to be the first time we see the Ravens in the playoffs this season. They were remarkable the whole year. In certain opinion, the MVP is on that team, Lamar Jackson. What have the Ravens probably learned from this Texans game against the Browns?
I know it sounds obvious, but don't take CJ Stroud lightly. And I mean, it's not that they will, but obviously the Baltimore defense led the league in sacks with 60. So Texans will be mindful of that. But I think they'll realize that, as Adam touched upon, there's many defenses that didn't turn up this week, and the Ravens will now be the defense that gets talked up throughout this week. So they want to make sure that they rise to the occasion there. And I'm sure Lamar as well will want to prove why he's the MVP. I mean, we know the votes are sort of decided beforehand, but I feel like and the narrative can still go on throughout the postseason. They won't want to be one and done. So they just need to not take them lightly. And Texans have had a big next man up mentality. Even someone like Noah Brown going down, who's going to be a next receiver to step up there. So they'll need to be on their toes with coaching this week and scouting when looking at the Texans offense.
Adam, the Texans team are going to be, really riding a high here. CJ Stroud playing some of the best football in that game that he's played all season. He's had a couple of injuries, obviously, in the season, and has looked a really good player. Do you think that the occasion may get to him? I know he was in, college playoffs as well with Ohio State, but do you think this quarterback's got the mentality to really push the Texans over the line in this game?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the issue, to be honest. I think that you've seen with Stroud, like we said, they didn't win in the college game against Georgia, but they really pushed him, and he was the reason that they got as far as they got. So I'd be surprised if he suddenly crumbled now. I think just, being at home, to a certain extent, having that crowd there kind of, I felt like there was a level of expectation actually put on them. It felt like the home crowd thought they were going to win that game, and despite the fact of the Browns' defense being as good as they have been in the season. So, yeah, I don't think expectation will be a problem. I think really it's just going to be whether or not they can have enough pieces around him. I think that is going to be a bit of an issue going into this game, and obviously just the fact that the Ravens are just a very good outfit.